And thank you for joining us. I'm Stephanie Barugian in for Alex Zombalakian. We've got a lot to cover today, and we'll begin with the story that has a Fresno City councilman sounding off on Twitter. The Fresno Grizzlies faced major backlash after playing a video on Memorial Day featuring a speech by Ronald Reagan. When his speech warned about American adversaries and enemies of freedom, the image of Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was shown along with North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un and Cuba's Fidel Castro. Now, the Grizzlies immediately apologized and called that video an oversight, but three sponsors did pull their support of the team. And a week later, Fresno City Council members Esmerelda Soria and Miguel Arias went to Washington, making amends with AOC in person.
She was very appreciative that we were there to, personally apologize. We told her about some of the negative results of the incident in terms of loss of sponsorships, and she thought it was regrettable.
But the trip got some strong reaction from fellow council member Garry Bredefeld. He called it a waste of taxpayer money. And in just one of multiple exchanges, Councilman Arias tweeting in response, "I wonder if you feel the same when the mayor or Nunes travel on our money," to which Bredefeld responded, "If Mayor Lee Brand travels on city money, it's city business. Your trip was on taxpayer money to make unnecessary apology to proud socialist AOC from New York on, of all days, D-Day anniversary. Grizzlies already apologized. Should have been on your dime. The trip was self-serving and nonsense." And now to give us their take on this D.C. trip and all of the reaction that it stirred up and continues to stir up, let's bring in council members Esmerelda Soria and Miguel Arias. Thank you for being here. Let's talk about...
Thank you, Stephanie, for inviting us.
Well, we appreciate it. Let's talk about the trip, the tweets, and everything else that's happened. The trip, first of all, was this something planned after the Grizzlies controversy, or was this something that you had planned beforehand?
So this happened right immediately after we had been talking about what is going on in Washington, D.C. with their appropriations and also the vote that was going to take place, the DREAM Act. And so we wanted to be there. And so we had been busy with budget, but we made a day or 2 days actually, to go out there and make a series of meetings with our Congress folks.
We saw the photos, of course. You did meet with AOC. Was the Congresswoman surprised to see you, or was she expecting you to drop by, or how did this all pan out?
You know, on our way there, we actually reached out to Congressman T.J. Cox and asked him if he could facilitate a meetup with the Congresswoman.
He was there as well.
And yeah, Congressman T.J. Cox and Congressman Jim Costa both joined us after the House completed voting for the day for a quick, 10-minute brief interaction with the Congresswoman. So they were helpful in facilitating that meeting, as they were helpful in facilitating meetings with Congressman Grijalva and other members of Congress who have a significant impact in our valley issues. So that's how the meeting took place. The Congresswoman, as we've said, was very gracious with her time, was apologetic and felt bad. She wasn't aware that the sponsorships had pulled out from the organization of Grizzlies. So, in this kind of situation, Stephanie, nobody really understands when something like that goes viral, the damage it actually causes on an organization that has a really good long history of being a good corporate partner for the city of Fresno. And in this case, they lost 3 major sponsors. And that means that if they would continue to fail, the city taxpayers of Fresno would ultimately have to bail them out. And that's something that we wanted to avoid since we were already in D.C.
Okay, but the sponsorships have not been restored, so they were pulled, and it's just, that's the situation as it stands right now. Bredefeld was critical of the cost of the trip. So who paid for the trip? Does this come out of city funds or your own funds?
It's actually a city trip, so we are going to pay for the trip through city funds. But I do want to be very clear about this. The trip costed us $2,400. I assure you that the Grizzlies organization could spend $2,400 to avoid the loss of hundreds of thousands of dollars of sponsorships, they would have. This was the right thing to do For the Congresswoman who was victimized in the situation, it was the right thing to do for the city and for the organization who committed a very honest mistake.
Okay, so no regrets, you feel?
No,
that you
no
did
regrets. And I think, you know, aside from political ideologies, I think we wanted to make sure that Fresno was in good light, because what happened in terms of the honest mistake, it's not representative of our entire city. And so one thing that we want to make sure that when people learn about Fresno or search Fresno, that Fresno is seen in a positive light. And we wanted to make sure that that was repaired. In addition to that, I just want to say that this is no different than any other trip. When I'm very involved actually with the California League of Cities. I go to Sacramento, to Washington, D.C. Pretty regularly. And so we're allowed to spend those dollars. So this trip ain't any different than the trip that the mayor, my council colleague Luis Chavez, and Paul Capriolio took just earlier in the spring.
So much back and forthing on Twitter between Miguel, you, and Garry Bredefeld, and I know Esmerelda, you got involved in some of this as well. What do you think this says to people who follow? Is this something that should be played out on social media? And really, what does that accomplish?
You know, it shouldn't, to be frank with you, be played out in social media. As a matter of fact, the objections that the council member had to our visit, the first time we learned about it was on social media. He had not addressed his objections or concerns in person.
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Are there face-to-face conversations that follow with all of these tweets that go back and forth?
No, he never even called me to say, hey, I have a problem with you, with your visit. The first time I learned through it was because I was being tagged on social media. That's how it happened. I don't think that it's the best place. My goal is really to make sure that as a council we're able to work. Right now we're so focused on our $1 billion budget and what our priorities are going to be, and so I'm hoping that we can just continue charging forward, put that behind us.
Yeah,
and
that's
just,
what.
For me,
are you ready?
Yeah.
but it came up Thursday as well.
Yes, it just came up on Thursday again, and I did have a remark to respond to him, but I think what is important is really the issues that are impacting our community, and we need to be focused, laser focused on those when it comes to homelessness, economic development, housing, infrastructure.
There's a lot to be addressed
And
locally.
that's what we were trying to do in Washington, D.C. as well, because guess what? If we don't get resources from our federal government or our state, we know that the city of Fresno lacks the revenues that it needs to address the issues that it has.
Let me ask you something. Has local politics become too partisan?
I don't think so, Stephanie. Here's why. Even though we had a brief mention of Congressman Ocasio-Cortez today, what we also did was the council unanimously approved several bipartisan items, including my proposal to establish a public safety memorial at City Hall, my proposal to close the mayoral residency loophole, as well as establishing a council subcommittee to determine whether we need a public safety and parks tax. All that was done unanimously, because at the end of the day, we are elected to serve the residents of Fresno, and we're going to continue to do that. So unfortunately, the tweets get more attention than they really deserve.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, though. Are these political stands that you as individuals, of course, are entitled to have, or certainly other members on the city council, the fact that the citizens of Fresno, the residents here, know the political stand of our council members when these are nonpartisan positions. We don't elect anyone because they're a Republican or Democrat. They're supposed to serve all of the people. Do you think that's overshadowing the work that you're trying to do for everyone in the community?
I think that it can be at times, but I think what I've learned, at least in the 5 years that I've been there, I move beyond that, because what matters to me is that I can fix the potholes, I can fix the streetlights, and that we are able to invest the resources that we do need to bring businesses, to bring economic development, fix our parks, and bring more housing to our community. And I can look beyond any tweet or party line. And I've been able to do that successfully over the last 5 years, because I have a positive track record of not only investing in District 1, but making sure that we're making the right investments for the city of Fresno.
All right. Esmerelda, Soria, Miguel, Arias, we appreciate your time here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
When